Hello friends, welcome to Online Web Tutor. I am Sanjay. In this video, we'll discuss a conceptual point of CodeIgniter 4, and that is how to get database details inside application. If I back to editor, so I am inside my Visual Studio Code where I have opened a CodeIgniter 4 project. So as we know that inside a CodeIgniter 4 application, if we want to connect with a database, then we need to provide database details right here inside this .env file. By providing database connection string values, we can connect with a database. In this application, we have connected this project with ci4_videos_tutorials database. Let's say that at some point inside application development, we want all these details inside any of the controller or any of the helper function. So the main concern of this video is that how to get all about our database details inside a controller or inside a helper function. So let's start with the controller first. I will go inside app, controllers, and here we have lots of controllers. I will prefer, let's say, site controller.php. So here let's define a method public function, let's say get details. In this method, we will receive all about our database details. So to receive all these informations, we need to create an instance or an object of database. So inside a CodeIgniter 4 application, we have multiple ways. By the help of that, we can create an object of database. So first thing first, I will use config database and connect method. So here let's say db equals to /config /database scope resolution operator and connect method. So once we create a database object, by the help of this object and some properties, we can receive all about our database details. For example, if we want database name, let's echo db, which is an object of database, and by the help of this property called database, now we can receive our database name. Let's create a route of this method. So I will go inside config folder, routes.php, and here inside this routes.php, let's create a route to this method get details. I will copy the method name. So here let's say details means routes get method details site controller, and this is the method name. Back to terminal, let's start development server, PHP Sparkser, press enter. It will start the development server of this application. Development server started. I will go into my browser. This is all about the landing page, and here if I type details, press enter, now we can see that our database name. So in the same pattern, if we want the username, let's go inside site controller. So instead of database, if you are talking about the username, so here echo db, which is an object, and the property will be username. Let's comment that, save this change, go and reload. Now we can see in my case admin is the username of phpMyAdmin. If I go here, let's say that let's open .env file. If we want to get, let's say, host name, as simple as that, just go here instead of username, I will change it as, or let's say host name echo db, and here it will be host name. Let's comment that, save this change, go and reload. Now we can see our host name. So by the help of this object, now we can get all about our database details. So this is the first method. Let's remove all these things. Now next, we will create a database object by the help of dbConnect, a helper function. So here db equals to db_connect. So by using this helper function, we can create an instance of database. In the same pattern, in the same manner, we can use the properties as hostname, username, database. We can get all about the details. So here, let's say database. So it will be echo db, property will be database. For hostname, it will be echo db, arrow operator, and it will be hostname. For username, it will be echo db and username. If I put, let's say, a br tag here, save all these changes, go and reload. Now we can see here we have our database name, localhost, which is a host name, and the username. So this is the second method. By the help of that, we can get all about our database details. Now in the third method, we'll use env method. Means not it's a method, it's a function. So let's remove all these things. Let's echo env, which is a helper function, and by the help of this helper function, we can get all about our environment variable details. So for example, let's say that we want this host name. So just copy this environment variable called database.default.hostname. So I will copy and put it here inside this function, either in single quote or double quote. So if we save this change, go and reload. Now we can see that by using this env helper function, now we are receiving our database details. So this is not only for the host name. If we want for the database, just copy that key and paste it here. Save this change, go and reload, and this is our database name. So successfully, we have three options. By the help of that, we can get our database details. Either we can create the database object using config, database, and connect method. Or in the second method, we can create an object using db_connect helper function. And in the third, we can use env helper function. So these are the ways by the help of that you can get all about our database informations inside any of our controller file. So if you're talking about that how to get these details inside any of our custom helper, so let's remove all these things. So inside this application, we have our custom helper as we had created inside our last videos. So for example, let's say that this is our custom helper, and inside this custom helper, we have some custom functions defined here. I want, let's say that if function not exists, and here the function name will be something called get_database_details. So if this function does not exist inside this application, let's create that function getDatabaseDetails. So in the same manner, what we had done inside the site controller, we can do inside this custom helper. So if we are interested to get our database details, first thing first, we need to create an object of that. So to create an object, as we know that we have multiple ways, what we had discussed using this connect method, using this dbConnect helper function and env. Both these three ways we can do inside this helper function. So let's say db equals to /config /database and connect method. Or in the second way, db equals to db_connect. This is the second way. By the help of that, we can create an object, or we can go and make use of env helper function. Inside this env helper function, we can pass all about our environment variable name. So once we pass our environment variable name, it will give the value what we'll have inside this .env file. So by following these three techniques, these three methods, we can get all about our database details inside any of the controller file what we had seen, as well as inside any of the helper file. So successfully, now by the help of this video, we understood all about a conceptual point that how to get database details inside application. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.